The system of lead nurturing, how follow-up turns a customer into a fan? The one-page marketing plan part 4. Imagine, a business owner has a long list of leads. People filled out forms, downloaded the free guide, even messaged on WhatsApp, but after a few days, everything went quiet. The owner thinks, so many leads came, so why didn't a sale happen? He runs new ads again, puts in a new budget, then new leads come, and then the same silence. The fear starts right from here, because if there is no follow-up, then lead capture also remains just data collection. And the curiosity is, can a simple personal and consistent follow-up system turn those silent leads into trust and trust into sales? In part 1, we understood that a business should not make the mistake of targeting everyone. First of all, you have to choose your niche, meaning that specific market where your words will truly be heard. In part 2, we came to know that it is necessary to create the right message for the right audience. The headline should be such that it pulls attention, the offer should be such that it shows value, and the call to action should be such that it gives the customer the next step. In part 3, we saw that when people show interest, it is necessary to capture them. Because the person who is not ready to buy today can become a customer tomorrow, next month, or after the right trust is built. But in part 4, the biggest truth comes forward. Getting a lead is not a victory. Getting an email, phone number, or WhatsApp contact is also not a sale. The real game begins with lead nurturing, meaning building a relationship with those people, giving them value, staying in touch regularly, and slowly creating that trust in their minds that whenever they need a solution, they will remember you first. In Alan Dibb's book, The One-Page Marketing Plan, marketing is kept in a simple one-page framework, in which the entire customer journey is explained in 9 blocks. In this framework, lead nurturing comes after lead capture, where the business educates prospects, builds trust, and naturally leads them toward the sale. In book descriptions of the one-page marketing plan as well, this plan is described as a practical marketing roadmap for small and medium businesses, which emphasizes building a clear system instead of random marketing. To understand lead nurturing, remember one simple thing. In the market, people do not buy from strangers quickly. They buy from people they know, whom they trust, and from whom they have received help. If a person has met you for the first time through your ad, it is natural for doubts to be in their mind. They think, is this genuine? Is this right for me? Will money be wasted? What if the service turns out bad? Should I compare a little more? Lead nurturing slowly reduces this exact fear. In part 3, we understood the difference between a hunter and a farmer. A hunter searches for a hunt every day. If a sale comes that day, there is happiness. If it doesn't, there is worry. A farmer sows seeds, gives water, keeps patience, and waits for the crop to ripen. Lead nurturing is the farmer's water. If you captured the lead and sowed the seed but did not follow up, then the seed will dry up. If you gave value, reminders, education, and a personal touch at the right time, then that same lead can slowly mature and become a customer. Very many entrepreneurs understand follow-up to mean just a reminder. They think that follow-up means calling the customer repeatedly to ask, "Sir, do you want to take it or not?" But this is not nurturing, it is pressure. A good follow-up does not bother the customer, it helps the customer. It says, don't take a decision right now, first understand this. It gives guides, gives checklists, points out mistakes, explains comparisons, shows testimonials, and makes the customer confident. If a coaching center captures a lead, then in nurturing it can send simple tips to parents, how to improve the child's study routine, how to reduce exam fear, how to handle weak subjects. If a financial advisor captures a lead, then he can send simple explainers on SIP, risk, tax, and goal planning. If a wedding photographer captures leads, then he can send useful things like a wedding timeline, shortlist, lighting tips, and album selection to brides. This exact thing is nurturing value before the sale. Now Girard's story explains this point very beautifully. Girard was an American car salesman. According to many sources, he sold 13,001 cars in a Chevrolet dealership between 1963 and 1978. His name was also entered into the Guinness records as the salesman who sold the most cars in a single year, when he sold 1,425 cars in 1973. Later he also became a motivational speaker and author. Joe's story is not special just because of the numbers. The real lesson is hidden in his follow-up system. He used to send greeting cards to his customers regularly. It is told in many accounts that there used to be a simple message in his cards, "I like you." This was not a big sales pitch. There was no discount in it. There was no aggressive offer in it. But there was a human touch in it. The customer felt that this salesman remembers me. Think about it. Buying a car is not an everyday decision. People change cars after many years. If the salesman disappears after the sale, then the customer can forget him. But Joe Girard maintained the relationship even after the sale. When the customer needed the next car, or a family member had to buy a car, Joe's name came to mind first. This is the exact power of nurturing. You are present before the customer not every day but consistently in the right way. An important point has to be understood here. Follow-up does not mean it is only for new leads. Follow-up is just as necessary for existing customers as well. Many businesses forget the customer after a sale happens once. But a long-term business is built only by the one who turns a one-time buyer into a repeat customer and then into a brand advocate. If the customer receives care even after the sale, then they do not just buy again, they recommend to others too. Customer appreciation is a very underrated strategy. A small thank you message, a feedback call after service, a birthday greeting, a festival wish, a useful reminder, a renewal alert, a maintenance tip, all these small actions make a big place in the customer's mind. The customer feels that this business is in touch not just for money, but for my convenience too. This exact feeling creates loyalty. But nurturing should not be random. It must have a system. When to send a message to which lead? Who downloaded the guide? Who took the consultation? Who asked for the price but did not buy? Which customer took service last year? Who needs a renewal reminder? If all this is left to memory, then the follow-up will break. Therefore, a CRM spreadsheet, WhatsApp labels, email automation, or simple calendar reminders can also come in handy. The tool can be small or big, but a system is necessary. Personalization is the most powerful thing in lead nurturing. A generic message says, "Dear customer, check out our offers." A personalized message says, "You downloaded the home loan eligibility guide last week, so this EMI checklist might be helpful for you." The difference is clear. In the first message, there is a feeling of a crowd. In the second, there is a feeling of attention. The customer feels that this business understands my journey. Personalization does not always mean complicated technology. Small businesses can also do this in simple ways. A doctor's clinic can send recovery tips to a patient after an appointment. An accountant can send a reminder to a client before the GST due date. A coaching center can send a progress note to a parent on the child's weak area. A salon can send care instructions to a customer after a treatment. This exact personal touch makes the business memorable. Now, a caution is necessary here too. There is a very thin line between follow-up and spam. If you send only sales offers every day, the customer will get irritated. If the message is irrelevant, it will get blocked. If you did not take permission, trust will break. Good nurturing is always permission-based, valuable and respectful. Respect the customer's time. Send them content that is truly useful. Send sales offers too, but let every message not be a sales pitch. A good nurturing sequence can think somewhat like this. In the first message, a thank you and the promised resource. In the second, explaining the problem in simple language. In the third, common mistakes. In the fourth, a case study or customer story. In the fifth, frequently asked questions. Then a clear invitation: if you wish, you can book a consultation. This sequence does not build pressure, rather, it makes the lead ready for a decision. The customer needs confidence to take a decision, and confidence comes from information. If the customer understands the process, understands the logic of the pricing, the expectation of the result becomes clear, and the risk feels low, then conversion becomes easy. Nurturing answers the customer's doubts beforehand. This is the very reason why a well-nurtured lead is more valuable than a cold lead. The business owner will also have to understand that every lead is not equal. Some leads are ready to buy. Some just want information. Some are long-term prospects. If you send the same message to everyone, the impact will be less. Therefore, segmenting leads is helpful. You can give a direct consultation to hot leads. You can send case studies and comparisons to warm leads. You can give educational content to cold leads. This is smart nurturing. Now, the point about the need for a team is important too. If a single entrepreneur keeps doing everything himself, then nurturing can break. In Alan Dibb's broader business thinking, the importance of systems and roles comes in. In a business, the entrepreneur sees the vision and opportunity. The specialist executes the work with skill. The manager maintains the process, consistency, and order. In lead nurturing as well, these same three roles come in handy. Someone will make the strategy, someone will handle the content or calls, and someone will ensure that the follow-up happens on time. In a small business, it is not necessary for this team to be big. Many times the entrepreneur himself makes the strategy, a staff member handles the WhatsApp follow-up, and a simple sheet does the work of the manager. But the mindset should be that follow-up will not be left to chance. Because a follow-up left to chance often does not happen, and the follow-up that does not happen becomes a lost sale. The biggest benefit of lead nurturing is that it makes the business less desperate. When you have a relationship pipeline, you do not have to panic for every sale. You do not chase the customer, you educate the customer. Instead of selling through discounts, you sell through trust. You do not disappear after running an ad once, rather you slowly become a known and trusted name in the market. But the result of nurturing does not come overnight. Just as a farmer does not harvest the crop the next day after sowing the seed, similarly a business owner has to keep patience. The first message might not open. The second might be read. A reply might come on the third. A call might be booked on the fourth. Sometimes a lead converts after 3 months. Sometimes a customer comes back after a year. But if you are consistent, your name stays in their mind. Here the quality of content matters a lot. If your follow-up messages are boring, copied or overly promotional, trust will not be built. Content should be in the customer's real language. Like the customer asks, "How do I know this is right? How much will it cost? What if I don't get the result? How are you different from others? How much time will the process take?" If your nurturing answers these questions, then the walls of the customer's mind slowly break down. A good business does not just sell a product to the customer, it makes taking a decision easy. This is the soul of lead nurturing. You educate the customer so that they can understand for themselves what the problem is, what the options are, what the mistakes are, and how to choose the right solution. When you do this, you turn from a vendor into an advisor. An advisor is trusted, and with trust, a sale feels natural. In part 3, we took the example of a wedding photographer. He captured the bride's lead by giving a free guide. Now in part 4, that same photographer does nurturing. He sends messages to the bride, which moments should not be missed on the wedding day. What to check in the contract before booking a photographer, what hidden risks can be in a low-price package, how to ask for the album delivery timeline, and how to evaluate real wedding samples. Now the bride is not just seeing photos, she is getting a guide. When the time for booking comes, she will consider that photographer more seriously. This exact strategy can apply to every industry. An automobile parts business can give maintenance reminders to the customer. A home loan consultant can give EMI planning tips. An insurance advisor can give tips on avoiding claim rejection. A digital marketer can explain lead generation mistakes to a small business owner. A coaching center can give study planning guidance to parents. Nurturing is industry specific, but the principle remains the same: first value, then trust, then sale. Now look at your current business. How many leads do you have with whom you never spoke again? How many people left after asking the price and then you did not educate them? How many customers bought once and then you forgot them? How many people could have liked your brand if you had sent them useful information at the right time? Many times lost sales happen not because of the market, but because of a lack of follow-up. Therefore, from today, make a simple nurturing system. A welcome message to every new lead. Useful content after that. Then the answer to common doubts. Then social proof. Then a clear next step. For an existing customer, a thank you after sale support, reminder, festival greeting, and referral request. Even a system this simple can change a business if it is run consistently. Consistency is the biggest weapon in lead nurturing. Like Joe Girard, sending a card every month can happen in today's digital time in the form of an email, WhatsApp, SMS, video message, newsletter, or helpful post. The medium has changed. The principle is the same. People remember those people who remember them. The biggest lesson of this part 4 is precisely this: there should not be silence after lead capture. The lead has to be nurtured. Follow-up is not just for selling, it is for being remembered. A relationship is built not just with words, but with repeated value. And customer loyalty is built not just with discounts, but with care. But now the story reaches the next critical turn. You chose a niche. You created a message. You captured leads. You even started building trust through follow-up. But even after trust is built, one last fear remains in the customer's mind. Is buying right now the right decision? In the next part, we will understand how to make the sale easy, how to reduce the customer's hesitation, and how to keep the offer so clear that the lead finally becomes a paying customer.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.